Hello students, in this lecture we are going to discuss about the topic analysis of induction motor using ANSYS Maxwell RM expert tool. As per the title, it is clear that this video lecture will focus on the analysis of induction motor. Okay, till now we had discussed that in case of the power system analysis, there are different softwares which are used for the reducing the time of analysis. Then it make the calculation simple and it is helpful to take the decision as early as possible during any problem. So different softwares include MATLAB, ETAP software, ANSYS Maxwell software, etc. In previous lectures, we had discussed use of the MATLAB software for per unit calculation, then use of MATLAB software for equal area criteria application to determine the transient stability. Also, during the last two lectures, we had discussed use of the ANSYS Maxwell software for analysis of switch reluctance motor. In this lecture, we are going to discuss analysis of the induction motor using ANSYS Maxwell software, in which we are going to use RM expert tool. So before going to start the actual topic, first of all, why there is a need of analysis of the induction motor. We know that induction motor is useful for many industrial applications. Induction motors are classified as single phase induction motor, three phase induction motor, etc. But whenever we are going to select the induction motor for any particular application, we have to go through the certain specifications or certain requirement, like efficiency of the motor, then what is the power consumption of the motor, what is the torque developed by the motor, etc. And according to that requirement, we mostly design the induction motor for our application. But many of the time it is observed that although we are going to design the induction motor, in first practice of the design, it is not possible to get the required torque. In that case, we have to do the certain design changes as per the standard formula of the induction motor, and we try to obtain that required torque. Now, what is the use of the software in this purpose? In case of the software, we are having the flexibility to change any design parameter. Also, we are having the flexibility to change the material used to manufacture the different component like stator, rotor, then winding, etc. And according to that, we can check the performance of the motor by using the software analysis. Since this software analysis is preliminary procedure, that means in that case we don't have to manufacture the hardware model of that motor. We don't need to check that motor in laboratory by making its hardware connections, and hence it reduces the cost of manufacturing, cost of testing, cost of manpower which is required to design that motor, etc. And hence the software analysis helps to obtain the required performance of the motor without any additional cost. Now These induction motors are classified into the single phase and three-phase motor. Three-phase motor. In this lecture, we are going to design three-phase induction motor by using ANSYS Maxwell RM Expert tool. So we'll start to actually usage of the software for this purpose of motor analysis. Before that, we'll discuss about the ANSYS Maxwell software. We had already discussed about this software during the last lecture series also, but we'll revise that part. ANSYS Maxwell software is mostly useful for the study of magnetic circuit, and of course in case of electrical engineering where the magnetic principle is used, like in case of the relays, circuit breakers, transformers, motors, etc. These equipment performance also can be checked by using the ANSYS Maxwell software. Right now we are focusing on use of ANSYS Maxwell software for the motor analysis, for which RM Expert tool is the best option. With the help of the RM Expert tool, you can check the performance of the different type of the motor, like switch reluctance motor, which we had already discussed during the last lecture series, then induction motor, which we are going to discuss in today's lecture, and apart from that, different generators, then synchronous motor, DC motor. This motor performance also can be checked with the help of the ANSYS Maxwell RM Expert tool. Now, when we will open this software, this is the display window for the user. So, on left hand side, in case of the project manager tab, you will get the details of the project. That is title of the project, and according to the selected project, you will get the sub part of that project. Then first option is the file, in which you can open or close the files of your project. But if you are new user to this software, we can go through the open examples, and you can study the different examples related to the 2D extractor, circuit, HFSS, FHSS 3D layout, HFSS IE, Maxwell 2D, Maxwell 3D, Q3D extractor, RM Expert, Simplorer, and Slave. Okay, so from this also it is clear that the main advantages of this software is that you can convert your RM Expert design into the Maxwell 2D or Maxwell 3D directly. Also, you can import this RM Expert design for the MATLAB analysis or Simplorer analysis easily. Now, but if you are interested or you are long time user of this software, you can go through the open and open new project, and you can complete your project. Then next option is edit, through which you can edit the current project, like rename, then copy paste, then find elements, etc. In case of the view option, you can go through the different softwares like different application like zoom in, zoom out, zoom area, zoom previous, then exit extension, what is the progress of the project, properties of the project, message manager, project manager, status bar, etc. Okay, right now I had selected status bar and project manager only. What is the use of message manager? Whenever you are going to do the design, if you had selected any irrelevant value during the project, then that message will be displayed and you are having the option or you are having the chance to correct your design values. Then in case of the project, there are different options like insert simple design, insert documentation file, analyze all, submit job, project variables, data sets, event callback, etc. In case of the draw option, you will get the option of selecting the ground, global port, interface port, page connector, add at unconnected pins, bus entry, buyer, report, etc. Then under the schematic option, you can select the new page, page borders and title blocks, grid setup, auto name wires, edit symbol for the circuit, export file, electric rule check, remove unconnected wires, create subcircuit from the selection area, sort components, list, etc. In case of the simpler circuit, you can have the option to select the sub-circuit, then characterize device, solution setup, then set active setup, edit setup, analyze, then edit nodes, toolkit, and more actions. Then in case of the tools option, you can go through the edit libraries, you can through which you can reach up to the symbols, models, packages, footprint, pet stack, etc. Then library tools, you will get access for the project tools, design tools, run script, then password manager, open command window, keyboard shortcuts, then external tools, job management, then revert to default UI, etc. In case of the window option, you can select the new window or cascade, tile horizontally, tile vertically, arrange icons, close all, etc. And if you are a new user, then this is the best option, help, through which you can go through the manuals which are generated by the software manufacturing company for helping the new user to get introduced with this software. In this also there are different examples and the PDF files to give the information about the usage of the software for a different application. Then of course there are different shortcuts through the symbol also, like this is the option for file, sorry, a new file, then open, save project, then print the active document, then edit the active analysis configuration, HPC and analysis option, then show the simulations, then these are the different options for the drawing the project. Okay, then mostly widely used option are zoom in and zoom out. Okay, now what we'll do, we have to do the three-phase motor analysis. For that purpose I will open the project which I had already prepared. Okay, and we'll discuss or we'll try to get introduced with this software for the analysis of three-phase motor. Okay. When you will open the project, you can see that on the right hand side there is geometry of the project, whereas on the left hand side at the project manager you are having access to the different parts of that motor, where you can give the input for the design of new project, or you are having the access to see the design parameters of the current project. Okay, actually this is the 2D analysis view of the selected project, but we are not interested in that part. For this video lecture we are going to see the only the design of the RM Expert tool by using the ANSYS Maxwell software. Okay, so here this is the RM Expert project, and if you go through the options on the upper side there are different options like insert HFSS design, then insert HFSS 3D layout design, insert HFSS IE design, insert Q3D extractor design, insert 2D extractor design, insert circuit design, insert circuit netlist design, insert Maxwell 3D design, insert Maxwell 2D design, insert RM Expert design, then insert Maxwell circuit design, launch 7, launch EMIT, insert filter design item, etc. So whenever you are going to design the new project, just go through the RM Expert option, that is insert RM Expert design. When you click on the insert RM Expert design, there are different options for selecting the different type of the motor, like adjust speed synchronous motion, brushless permanent magnet DC motor, claw pole alternator, DC machine, generic rotating machine, line start permanent magnet synchronous motor, permanent magnet DC motor, single phase induction motor, switch reluctance motor, three phase induction motor, three phase non-silent synchronous machine, three phase synchronous machine, and universal motor. That is, these are the different machine types, and this type of the machines can be analyzed or designed by using the ANSYS Maxwell RM Expert tool. Now here we have to design the three-phase induction motor. So I will select the three-phase induction motor option. But I had already designed the project. Now this lecture we are going to see the use of ANSYS Maxwell RM Expert tool for the selected project, that is for the three-phase induction motor analysis. When you will select this three-phase induction motor, then you will get under the project manager bar you will get this project, that is RM Expert design three-phase induction motor. Okay, and when you will click on this, since I had created the project, this total geometry will be present for the stator, rotor, then uh, bends, etc. Then stator winding, rotor winding. But whenever the project is new, at that time this geometry option is blank. And once you are going to input the parameters for the design of different subcomponents of the motor, then accordingly geometry will be created. Okay. Now when you will double click on this machine parameter, it will ask for the different parameters like name, value, unit, estimated value, description. In case of the machine type, of course, since while selecting the project only, we had selected the design of three-phase induction motor under RM Expert tool. That's why this machine type will be default. That is, for the selected project, it is three-phase induction motor. Then these are the different options like number of poles. But if you are new user and you are don't have the idea in detail about this parameter, then in case of the description parameter, we can go through the details like number of poles of the machine. For selected project or this design, we are going to select the number of poles of the machine are 4. Then we are having the idea about the speed in case of the induction motor. NS is equal to 120 F by P. That is 120 into P is number of 4, and if the frequency is 50, then of course speed will be 1500 RPM. Then stray loss factor. What is the meaning of this? It is stray loss factor of the selected three-phase induction motor, which is we had selected 0.005. Then friction loss. That means the frictional loss measured at the reference speed. In this case, we had considered it is equal to the 4000 watt. See, in case of the unit, actually we are having the different option to select the different units of the parameter. But we are going through the basic parameter like frictional loss will be in watt, but you can select either it in the microwatt, kilowatt, megawatt, etc. Then windage loss, it is 4000 watt, and once you select the value here, that is 4000 watt, then it is shown in case of the evaluated value with unit. Like suppose we had selected the windage loss 4000, then we had selected the watt, it will show the evaluated value 4000 watt. But if you select the windage loss 4 unit kilowatt, then here evaluated value will be displayed as 4 kilowatt. Okay, then reference speed is 1500 RPM. Okay, that is we had given the input which is required for the machine design. Now when I will expand this option for the machine, then this machine is consist of different main component like stator, rotor and shaft. And we are already having the idea that of course stator, rotor and shaft, these are the three main components of the three-phase induction motor. And the output parameter or overall performance of the machine depend on the design of the stator, design of the rotor and design of the shaft. Okay, but in case of the stator, also it consists of the different subcomponent like slot of the stator, then winding of the stator, etc. And hence once you complete the input parameter or we will provide the input parameter which is required for the stator, slot, winding, then only your stator part will be complete. So once you double click on the stator, you will get the idea about the different parameters which are required as an input for the design of the stator part. Of course, similar to the machine design input parameters, here also the table is divided into different part like name, value, unit, estimated value, description. If you are not having the detailed idea about any input parameter, you can go through the description. In this case, outer diameter. See, you are going to design the stator of the three-phase induction motor, and the question is related to the outer diameter. That is, you have to give the input of the output diameter. What is the meaning of this? You can see in the description, outer diameter of the stator core. Now, For a selected design, we had selected outer diameter of the stator is 895 mm. Here unit is mm. You can change that unit also, and accordingly your value will be get changed. But in estimated value, there will be the corresponding magnitude of the selected parameter along with its unit will be displayed. Next parameter, inner diameter. What is the meaning of it? Inner diameter is nothing but inner diameter of the stator core. We had considered that value is 600 mm, which is also shown in the evaluated value. That is, now output diameter or outer diameter and inner diameter is selected. Then length of the stator core. Now this core length we had selected equal to the 680 mm. Then stacking factor. What is the meaning of this? Stacking factor of the stator core. Actually, we had selected it is 0.97. Then steel type. See, in this case, this is the beauty of the software that we are having the flexibility to select the material according to the requirement, and you can check the performance of the motor by selecting the different material to check the performance of the motor before going to actual manufacturing of the motor. So it reduces the cost. See, in case of the material, if you double click on the material option, then there is a list of the different material. But this list is provided with the additional properties of the material like name of the material, location, origin, then type, relative permeability, bulk conductivity, then magnetic coercivity, then core loss, thermal conductivity of that material, mass density, specific heat, etc. That is, if you are not having about idea about this property, then you can go through the properties of the different material and you can select the material as per the requirement of your project or the material which best suits the subcomponent of the selected motor. Okay, for example, for this project we had selected the material 50C350. So if I go through the 530 project material, then it is a type of the steel material. Then beige curve also you can go through. You are having the access to the beige curve of this material. Then bulk conductivity of this material is 20 lakh Siemens per meter. Magnetic coercivity is 0 ampere per meter. Then core loss is electrical steel. Thermal conductivity is 45. Mass density is 7650. Specific heat 481. So this is these are the properties of the selected material. But you are free to use the different material like Alnico 5, Alnico 9, aluminum, then beryllium, brass, bronze, cast iron, ceramic, chromium, cobalt, ferrite, indium, iron, magnesium, molybdenum, then nickel ferrite, palladium, platinum, then solder material, steel 1008, steel 1010, then tantalum, tin, titanium, tungsten, zinc, then zirconium, etc. So these are the options of the material which you can use, and hence this analysis is very useful. Then number of slots. What's the meaning of this? Number of slots of the stator core. So for this design, we had selected the 60 number of slots. Then slot type. Actually, in this case, there are different slot types are available. You have to select any one of it. If you double click the different configuration of the slot and along with different parameter like bh0, what is the meaning of bh0, hh0, bs1, bs2, hs2, that idea you will get through this diagram. Okay, you are having the different options like you can select slot type 1, then slot type 2, slot type 3, slot type 4, slot type 5, then slot type 6, etc. For selected design, we had selected the slot type of 1. Okay, then stator, sorry, lamination sector. What is the meaning of this? Number of lamination sectors. Right now, we had selected the number of lamination sectors equal to the 1. Then press board thickness. Meaning of this is magnetic press board thickness. And if you select, you can select the 0 for non-magnetic press thickness. Then skew width, the meaning of which is skew width which is measured in slot number. Here we have selected the skew width equal to the 0 and then I have to press the apply button and then OK. So according to that your stator will be present. But see, in case of a slot, we had selected the slot type 1 selected, and from the diagram you will get the idea about meaning of the term BH0, HH0, BS1, HS2, BS2, etc. But in case of the actual slot design, you have to give the input value of these parameters. And if you want to select the auto design, you are having the option of auto design. You can check this box, then parallel tooth, etc. But we had selected the type slot 1 and in which we have to give the input parameters according to the geometry of that slot. So in this case, I had selected HS0 is equal to 2 mm, HS2 50 mm, BH0 5 mm, BS1 15 mm and BS2 20 mm. Okay, and I will apply these inputs. So I had selected all these parameters of the slot. Now I will in case of the winding similar to the stator and machine input design parameter. Again there is a table for the name, value, unit, estimated value and description. So first option is winding layers. What is the meaning of this? Number of winding layers in case of the stator winding. So here I had selected that number of layers will be 2. Now winding type. See in this case winding type also there are different options are available for the winding type in which you have to select any one winding type. Winding type are whole coil. So this is the configuration of the whole coil winding and this is the half coil. I had selected the whole coil design for the winding. Then parallel branches, that means number of parallel branches of the stator winding. These are 4 in this case. Then conductors per slot. Actually, whenever you are going to do the winding of the stator, you have to select the number of conductors per slot and according to which your winding will be complete. In this case, I had selected conductor per slots are nothing but 8. Then coil pitch. So what is the meaning of this? This Coil pitch measured in number of slots. For this design, I had selected 13 is the coil pitch. Then number of strands. What is the meaning of this? Number of strands, that is the number of wires per conductor. See, we are having the idea that for the winding we use the different material, or suppose I select the copper wire. This wire is divided into different parts, like it may be the single conductor wire, or it may be the consist of number of strands. So what is mean by the strand? That is number of conductors in number of wires per conductor. See, we had selected here 20 number of wires per conductor, and of course the current carrying capacity of the winding depend on this parameter, whether the conductor is single or it is standard conductor, then what is the uh, number of strands of that conductor, what is the material used for the winding, etc. But if you are not having the idea how to select this number of the strands, or how to select the wire material, then you are having the option that you can press the 0 here for auto design. That means according to your current value of your design, that is what is the current which will flow through this conductor, the wire strands will be selected automatically, and for that you can press the 0 option for auto design. Then wire wrap. What is the meaning of wire wrap? Double sided wire wrap thickness. Right now we have selected it 0.112 mm. Of course, in case of the unit we are having the different options, but we had selected this wire wrap as 0.112 for the current design. But it is observed that if you are not having idea how to select the wire wrap, in that case you can uh, in, you can give the input as 0 for auto design. So according to your design input, this value will be automatically selected. Then wire size. Of course, the current carrying capacity of the stator winding will depend on the wire size. So in case of the wire size, then I will press double click. You are having the option of selecting the wire diameter, then unit system and gauge. So you can go through the table of gauge number and diameter. If you select the 4 gauge number, that means the diameter of the wire is 11.684. If you select the 3 gauge wire, diameter is 10.404. If you select the 2 gauge wire, 9.266 diameter. Similarly, for 1 gauge, it is 8.252. 1 by zero point 0.5, that is 1.5 gauge, it is 7.788 mm diameter. 1 gauge 7.348, for 1.5 gauge 6.934. Then for the 1 gauge 7.348, 1.5 6.934, for 2 gauge 6.543, for 2.5 6.175, for 3 5.827, for 3.5 5.499. So these are the different options. That is, you can select the gauge up to the higher value, and of course when your gauge number goes on increasing, diameter of the wire goes on decreasing. That is, you can select the gauge up to the 50, and you can select the diameter of the wire from 0.0251 mm up to the 11.684 mm value. Okay, so for selected design we had selected the 2 mm diameter, but if you are not having the idea or you are not eligible to select the size of the wire, then you can select the 0 here for auto design. So it will select the size of the wire automatically according to your design inputs, and then press apply and OK. That is, you have selected the winding. So with this your stator part is completed. So the geometry of the your stator according to your slot number, then slot design, stator design, etc. The geometry is available on the right hand side. But if there is any error in the stator design, the corresponding message will be displayed at the bottom side. So you can correct the your design in the initial stage only. Now another type is rotor. Another sub part of the motor is rotor. So we'll start with the design of the rotor. See, when I will double click on the rotor, it will show the design of the rotor parameters. Since I had already created the design, the geometry is available on the right hand side. But this rotor geometry is also consists of slot, bend, and winding. When we will give the input of all these parameters, then only your rotor design will be complete. So I will press double click on the rotor, then it will show the different option like table for name, value, unit, estimated value, description. If you give the input value or input magnitude of the parameter in case of value and you select the unit, according to that estimated value will be shown in this fourth table, fourth column. And if you are not having the idea about any of the parameter, you can go through the description of that parameter. Okay, so first of all, right now for this rotor, the first parameter is stacking factor. Meaning of this is stacking factor of the rotor core, which we had selected equal to the 0.97. Then number of slots, the meaning of which is number of slots of the rotor core. We had selected total 48 slots for the rotor core. Then in case of the slot type, you are having the different options regarding that part we already discussed in case of the stator also, that is different geometry like 1, 2, 3, 4 you can select, and according to which you have to understand the meaning of the term like HS0, HS01, BS1, HS0, HS1, HS2, BS2, RS, etc. and according to which you have to select the geometry. So here in this case we had selected the type of the slot type is 4. Then outer diameter, meaning of which is outer diameter of the rotor core. We had selected this rotor core equal to the 593 mm. Then inner diameter, that is inner diameter of the rotor core, which is 190 mm. Then core length, that is length of the rotor core, which is equal to the 680 mm. Now material for manufacturing this rotor, similar to the last option, here also the library is available. Then for the requirement material, then properties of the each material, that is name, location, design type, relative permeability, bulk conductivity, magnetic coercivity, core loss, thermal conductivity, mass sensitivity, and specific heat. These parameters will get. Now for this case where selected the material 50C350 and whose properties are given, that is Gauge curve is available 20 lakh Siemens per meter is the conductivity of the material. Then magnetic velocity 0 ampere per meter. Then core loss is given, thermal conductivity is 45, mass density 7650, specific heat 481 mm, etc. Then I will press the OK button. Then skip width, that is skip width measured in slot number. We had selected this skip width equal to 0. Then cast rotor, that is rotor is checked. Then half slot and double cage. Half slot means half shaped slot, and double cage means double squirrel cage winding. We had unchecked this option. We will press the apply button and OK. So I had given the design input which are required for the rotor design. Then next option is slot. When I double click on the slot, there are again option name, value, unit, estimated value, description. Then once you select the magnitude and unit of the parameter, estimated value will be shown here. But these parameters are according to the selected slot type. See, in case of the rotor, we had selected the slot type 4. And these are the parameters, input parameter, which are required for this slot design, which in detail we are going to provide in the slot design. So in this case, I had selected HS0 equal to 4 mm, HS1 equal to 2 mm, sorry, HS01 is equal to 2 mm, HS1 is equal to 2 mm, HS2 is equal to 50 mm, BH0 is equal to 3 mm, BS1 is equal to 8 mm, BS2 is equal to 14 mm, RS is equal to 0.5 mm, etc. And I had thus we had discussed about the slot design. Next is a vent. Now, in case of the vent design, you are having the different options like name, value, unit, estimated value, description, etc. Similar to the design of the stator, rotor, slot, etc. And in this case, first parameter is vent duct. That means number of radial vent ducts. So we had selected 0. Duct width, that is width of the radial vent duct, we had considered it equal to the 0 mm. Then magnetic spacer width, that is width of the magnetic spacer which hold vent ducts. And if it is a non-magnetic spacer, then select it 0. So we had selected the 0 for non-magnetic spacer. Then duct pitch, then holes per row, that means number of axial vent holes per row, we had selected 12. Then inner hole diameter, that is diameter of the inner hole, then outer diameter, that is outer diameter, is 30 mm. Inner hole, the meaning of this, center to center diameter of the inner row hole vents, it is equal to the 300 mm. Then outer hole, that is outer hole locus is equal to the 380 mm. Okay, then we'll select the winding. In case of the winding also there are different condition, different design input, like whether it is bar conductor, that is section, select the bar conductors. So you can select the material for this. Also you are having the different material option for the bar conductor, like aluminum, aluminum number 2, beryllium, brass, bronze, etc. And right now we had selected the aluminum number 2 EC, which is having the relative permeability equal to the 1.4 times 0 to 1, bulk conductivity 30 lakh Siemens per meter, mass coercivity is 0, core loss not specified, then thermal conductivity 237.5, then you are having the option of end length, that is single side extended bar length, it is 0 mm, then end ring width, it is one side width of end ring equal to 58 mm, end ring height, that is height of the end ring in radial direction, it is equal to the 40 mm, and end ring conductor, that is select end ring conductor type. So actually you need to select the material to check the performance of the motor. If the performance of the motor is not as per your requirement, you can change the material and you can repeat the design for proper value. Okay, I will apply this design. So now your stator, stator winding, rotor, rotor winding, vanes and shaft, all these parts are designed. Now next part is shaft. In case of the shaft, you are having the option either check to select the magnetic shaft or availability of the magnetic shaft, and uncheck this box if there is no requirement of the magnetic shaft. And recently unchecked the magnetic shaft. Now the remaining procedure is same for all the RM expert machine designs. That is, we have to analyze the our design, then we have to validate our design. For validating our design or analyzing our design, first of all, I will press the right click on the analysis and I will select the analyze all option. It will take seconds to analyze the design, and the status of your design analysis will be shown here, whether their design is validated or not. If design is not validated, then you have to repeat the design and accordingly you can check the performance. But if there is any error in the design, it will show at the bottom. It will show at the bottom. Okay. So now we had analyzed the design, and from this green tick, it is clear that the designs are validated. That is design setting, machines, analysis setup, optometrics. These are the validated design. Okay. If it is if there is any error, then it will show as a cross and the corresponding message will be displayed. Then you have to change your design accordingly and you have to validate the design. Okay. Once design is validated, you have to select the solution setup. So double click on the solution setup. Here the options are available, like operating type, motor, constant power. Then here you have to give the general specification of the motor. Now I had selected the general specification as 1600 kilowatt, 690 volt, rated speed 1490 rpm, and operating temperature equal to the 120 degree Celsius. Okay, so I will press OK. We have analyzed the design, so I will just right click on it. Then you are having the different options for the output parameter. Once you will click on the design technique, you will get this design sheet in detail. Okay, of course we are not going to discuss all the parameters which you will get through the design, or what are the outputs, what are the different curves, then performance of the motor at the different condition, etc. We can check once the analysis, during the analysis, once your design is validated. So in this first part of this lecture, we have discussed how to select the RM Expert tool, how to open the new project, then in case of the three-phase motor analysis, which are the different design input parameters required, how to provide that input data, that part we had selected. Then we had discussed about analysis of the design, then checking of the validation, or validation checking of the design, then how to see the output parameters like design sheet, analysis, etc. So these are the different options through which we can select the our requirement. And once if you get the required performance in the output, you can finalize your design. But if you do not get the required result, then you can do the changes in the input parameters of the design and accordingly repeat the analysis and continue this procedure unless and until you will get the required output. So with this we'll end this first part of video lecture, and discussion about the different output parameters, what are the different curves, then how to change the different parameter, how to convert this design into the Maxwell 2D design, Maxwell 3D design. This part will continue in the next lecture series. Okay, thank you.